Hello. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video, joined by a very special guest today, TechTeamGB. And I've met him at this Acer event, and Acer kindly paid for travel, accommodation and the likes. But the thing that we got to check out was their latest range of Acer Predator gaming peripherals, monitors and things like that. And we've done a couple of videos, this one being the one where we're going to talk about their monitor range and where that's going, and then another one that will be on Andrew's channel, so TechTeam. You chose a name actually that's quite difficult to say, didn't you?
Yeah,
TechTeamGB. TechTeam. Oh, it's terrible, terrible. But yeah, anyway, we're going to crack on. So we're talking about monitors, and downstairs that we had quite a range of monitors. There was the Z35, there was the X34. What else was down there?
There was I can't remember the model number, the 1440p.
Oh yes, that's right. The replacement for the GSync 165 Hz overclockable IPS monitor. So most of them GSync really. There aren't any FreeSync monitors. They've got some, but they're not part of that Predator branding. Which personally I don't really quite understand why. I'm assuming they're maybe working with NVIDIA a bit more.
Quite likely. I mean, I think that this event is specifically like NVIDIA sponsor type thing. I recently did a review of the XR341CK, which is the FreeSync version of the X34 Predator, which is quite nice, but it's not the Predator branding. It just says Acer on the front as opposed to the Predator, which is kind of weird. But
yeah, that one, it's FreeSync, and I think it's only 75 Hz. We did manage to overclock it to about 85 Hz, but yeah, so we probably should talk about their Predator range, as that's what they've got there. The X34, they've got a new version of that. It's tweaked ever so slightly, I believe. And it features, what is it? Is it now tilt or swivel?
Swivel sort of rotation. There's a big sort of cylindrical bit on the back that allows you to sort of swivel it around, because the other one and the XR341, it was just the very nice but very stable and non-tiltable sort of big strut legs.
Yeah, no, and all of them, they all have, as long as you hook it up correctly with a sort of G-Sync compatible graphics card, and you get a decent amount of horsepower. They're always pretty good. They are class leading. I mean, that X34, we had Crysis 3 running on it, high settings I think it was, getting anywhere between about 58 and 100 frames a second, so there was a bit of dipping here and there, but G-Sync just makes it that much smoother. That I know a lot of people sort of, when they haven't used G-Sync, they do question whether it's worth it, and this is definitely one of those occasions where once you've got it, I would say that it definitely does make a big difference.
Yeah, definitely. With in terms of like G-Sync and FreeSync, both of them, they're both fantastic. Obviously, with G-Sync, you tend to pay about £100 premium on that version of the monitor, depending on which one you get. But it's absolutely fantastic. Wherever you get.
I would say though, for me though, probably the star of the show wasn't the best monitor there. It was that new replacement for the original Predator. So it's 27 inches. It features their Predator styling, 165 Hz IPS, because it's going to be available here in the UK for £550, which, while that's by no means cheap, and if I'd said that to you maybe 3 or 4 years ago, you would have said that's ridiculous. But when we do have the likes of the X34, that is, what's that got? You're getting on for £900, close to £1,000 for a monitor, to get something that has the same sort of experience, but for a lot less. I think it's not a bargain by any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely the sort of star of the show for me, like on balance.
Now that I think about it, I've taken a look at the Asus RG Swift, both the PG279 and the PG27A and 9Q, and they're all pretty great, but especially the 9Q, which is effectively exactly the same as the Acer one, the PG279Q, depending on when you watch this and all that, the pricing for that one is a good £100, maybe even £200 more. So in that category, I think that's probably a pretty fantastic price point, at least.
Well, I think now that we're actually away from Acer downstairs, I think it's fair to say that Acer has always been a bit of a cheaper brand, would you say?
I'd probably say.
It's not, I know they've had higher end products, but they've never had what ROG have had, where it's it's sort of like the stamp of approval, this is the best. And personally, I don't really think it is anymore. I mean, you have quite a few companies that were at the top, and there's definitely a lot of fight for, fight for the top premium end of the market. So it's definitely very good to see. And while obviously I haven't got it in for review yet, I mean, I'm sure we'll both be doing our reviews when we can get them in. But yeah, no, for £550, exactly like you say, cheaper than the ROG Asus equivalents, performance from what we can tell seems almost identical. So yeah, no, it should be good to shake up the market. But yeah, we'll be talking about the other stuff that they had, so their laptops and their desktops, on the TechTeamGB channel. I should just say Andrew's channel, but that wouldn't help you, would it? But one last question. I asked this to the Tech Chap when I had him on the show a few weeks ago. If you were going to buy a monitor for you personally right now, what would be the one that you would buy?
Right now, I think actually similar to the one I'm currently using, which is the AOC G2160 PF, so the FreeSync version of the 1080p 144Hz. I know it's TN, but at the price point that it's at and the features that it provides, it's just fantastic for me.
Yeah, so I mean that's sort of like the gameplay experience. If once you've taken color accuracy and the fact that it's a bit smaller, the amount of, if you like, the experience you're getting for the amount of money, is that's brilliant.
I suppose the one I would buy would be the GSync one because I have an 980 Ti, but the one I recommend is the FreeSync one.
No, I'd agree with that. And I said when the Tech Jack asked me that question, I said the FreeSync. It's not the Predator one. It's Acer's one actually. We've done a review on the channel, but it's 144 Hz FreeSync IPS, and that's available for £450. But like you say, it depends on whether you have an AMD card or an Nvidia card. Yeah. So there's a lot of choices, but I'm thinking, to be honest, you can't go too far wrong these days. Unless, to be honest, you're getting a really expensive 4K monitor, and then it's a little bit more up in the air whether you're getting good value for money.
Exactly.
But yeah, thanks Andrew for coming on the show. I look forward to coming on yours, so you can go and check out the link. It should be in the little eye in the little card somewhere around here to go and check out Andy's channel. And yeah, we'll give you some more coverage as and when. Thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you.
Look at that massive bath. I might actually try that. I'm not really someone that will traditionally do baths, but unless I'm in Bath. Apart from the fact that last time I went to Bath, I didn't have a bath, so that's just completely made up rubbish.